In this guide, why RFC 9700 prohibits the implicit grant and ROPC, and what to use instead. How PKCE, exact redirect matching, and audience-restricted tokens close the most documented OAuth attack vectors, and why sender-constrained tokens with DPoP or MTLS are the hardened baseline every deployment should reach in 2025. Identity Expert, powering you to be an expert in identity. OAuth 2 has a deployment problem, not with the protocol itself, but with a decade of inconsistent guidance leaving real attack vectors open. RFC 9700, published by the IETF in January 2025, is the authoritative answer, one document that codifies what the community learned from real attacks on real systems. It supersedes the earlier security topics draft that had been the informal reference for years. If you're deploying OAuth today, RFC 9700 is the baseline. Think of RFC 9700 as a building code for OAuth. A building code is not a list of suggestions. It is the mandatory minimum everyone agreed on after real buildings failed. No architect argues about whether to pour a reinforced foundation. It is in the code because someone's foundation cracked. RFC 9700 works the same way. PKCE is in the code because authorization codes were intercepted in real deployments. Exact redirect matching is in the code because real attackers hijacked real redirects. RFC 9700 addresses 4 documented attack classes: authorization code interception. An attacker captures the code from the redirect channel before the client exchanges it. PKCE was designed to close exactly this gap. Cross-site request forgery. A forged authorization response injects a token the client does not own. Mix-up attacks. A client using 2 servers gets tricked into sending credentials to the wrong one. And the implicit grant's fundamental flaw: access tokens exposed in browser history and referrer headers with no recourse. RFC 9700's 5 key mandates. PKCE for every authorization code flow, public and confidential clients both. A stolen code without the verifier is useless. Exact redirect URI matching, no prefix patterns, no wildcards. Audience-restricted tokens using resource indicators so a token for one API cannot be replayed against another. Sender-constrained tokens via DPoP or MTLS, binding the token to a key only the legitimate client holds. And PAR for confidential deployments, moving sensitive authorization parameters from the browser into a server-to-server channel. On the wire, here is what hardened OAuth looks like. The PAR request posts the code challenge server-to-server. The PKCE verifier never touches the browser. The token response returns a short-lived access token of type DPoP and an odd claim locked to the target resource server. Every API call carries a DPoP proof header, a signed JWT binding the request to the client's key pair. Introspection confirms the token is active, the audience matches, and the key binding is valid. Let's map each attack class to its countermeasure. Code interception. PKCE closes it. The code is useless without the verifier. Mix-up. The issuer identifier requirement closes it. Every response identifies the server and the client rejects any mismatch. CSRF. PKCE or state closes it. An injected code won't carry a matching verifier. Token replay. DPoP or MTLS closes it. A stolen token bound to a key the attacker doesn't hold cannot be replayed. Short lifetimes and single-use code enforcement reduce the remaining window to seconds. RFC 9700 sits at the center of converging standards. FAPI 2, the high-assurance financial API profile used in UK Open Banking, EU PSD2, and Brazil Open Finance, is a strict superset. It takes everything RFC 9700 requires and adds further constraints for regulated payment flows. OAuth 2.1 aligns directly. Mandatory PKCE, prohibited implicit grant, prohibited ROPC are carried wholesale from RFC 9700. Implementations that meet RFC 9700 today are already positioned for OAuth 2.1. The ecosystem is converging on this baseline. All primary sources cited in today's guide are listed on screen. You'll find direct links to the RFCs and specifications in the video description below. If this breakdown helped you understand the topic better, please subscribe to Identity Expert. We publish a new protocol deep dive every week. Thanks for watching. If there's a specific identity standard, authentication flow, or security protocol you'd like us to cover next, drop it in the comments below. We build our content based on what the community asks for. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an episode.